What's growing on, gardeners? On today's 2-minute garden tip, I'm going to show you what I think is the easiest and most effective way for you to trellis or stake your vining plants so you can grow them to a virtually unlimited height. Years ago, when I was just beginning my journey as a gardener, I used to grow my vining plants like indeterminate tomatoes, cucumbers, and other plants of that type up along wooden stakes because that's what I thought was the easiest and cheapest way to do things, and that's just what I witnessed other gardeners doing, so I just didn't really know any better. And while it would work in the beginning, it was ultimately a very frustrating way to grow vining crops. They would quickly outgrow the infrastructure and demand support from all different angles, and mid to late season, the stakes would always fail. I quit growing with stakes. I decided they just didn't work well for me, and I experimented with other methods of growing, and what I found was the best was string trellising your vining crops. And to do that, I use these things called double tomato hooks and tomato clips, and they allow me to grow vining crops to a virtually unlimited height. You can see this cucumber plant growing beautifully up along this string. This process is very simple. I run an aerial cable or something else that these tomato hooks can attach onto, and then I just let the string dangle down. Then I use the tomato clips to periodically clip onto the vines, and then I just wrap the vines along the string as they grow up. In many cases, your vining crops will eventually outgrow even the string trellis. At this point, this cucumber plant is over 9 feet tall. So all we're going to do is we're going to unhook the double tomato hook, which is going to lower and lean the cucumber plant, and then we're just going to undo 2 spools. So that is going to lower the twine, and then we will be able to lift the cucumber plant back up, wrap it easily around the twine, and then we're going to use one of these tomato clips to attach that onto the twine, and then we're just going to clip the top of the cucumber to it, and that'll be clipped in and allow it to keep growing. And when we need more room, we'll just undo about another 12 inches of twine, and we'll just keep repeating the process. And here you can see where the vine used to be tall, upright, and rigid, it has now been lowered and leaned. So the whole vine at the bottom is on an angle, and then you can track the vine up where you can see all new cucumbers that are starting to set all along the vine, and now we have plenty of room up at the top for it to continue to keep growing. Each of these double tomato hooks contains over 30 feet of twine, which is virtually impossible for any vining crop to grow in a single season, so for all intents and purposes, you can grow to an unlimited height. And I'll make sure to place product links directly in the video description for both the double tomato hooks and the tomato clips, as well as I will link to a playlist that shows you all of my different builds for how I built these various trellises. And that's today's 2-minute garden tip. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell to receive new video notifications, and check out our Amazon storefront and spread shop in the video description for a list of the gardening products I use and awesome custom designed apparel and other gear. Your support is greatly appreciated.